Oh, it's me. Sorry I'm a little late. I was setting stuff up. I'm actually going to try and get really into it today. Um, the first thing I want to say is to my sensei, thank you so much for showing me the way, and I'm going to say it. Lauren Michael Harris, you the man. I think a lot of us know that. So that being said, there's been some question about me and my Hawaiian and Aloha and stuff like that. It's all good because actually I am a Haole. I was my family came here in the 1700s or something like that, and they came from European West and Scottish, Irish, Wales, stuff like that. So I'm 100% Haole. However, I've been given a second chance. I think I've talked about this before. If not, you'll hear it again. Because of all my change, because of what I've gone through in my life, and this is why I like talk story, is I've been given a second chance with my Hawaiian Ohana. And so I think that this is going to be my set for a while, is me wearing my stuff. And if I have to go deep, because the family is on Maui, actually they're all over the islands, but the culture of part of our family that allowed me to come in. Let me tell you what's so cool. What's so cool is when you have a family member bring out the lineage, and somewhere on like 5 king size sheets you see your name, the mother of your daughter's name, and so on, and that's forever. And that happened when I got my second chance. So that being said, if I got to break out the stuff, yeah, this is from the island of Maui, handmade from my family. And also, speaking of my family, this is the reason why I'm doing it this way, is they're allowing me to share my stories and be part of their ohana, because they have made me a warrior, and I am now a tutu. Tutu means I'm a great-grandfather. Okay? And so that being said, a little bit about my Hawaiian family that I love so much. I'm so blessed to be back in it. My Hawaiian family from Maui is the ones that have gone over to Paris and Las Vegas and Orlando and have sent those leis. That's my family. That's my loved ones. That's who I want to make sure that anything I do, I don't disrespect them in any way, shape, or form, because they call me Tutu. That being said, I have a lot of stuff today. The message today is the diamond in the rough. And the diamond in the rough is about the journey from the rock to the diamond, and even before the rock. So what I'd like to do is start off by reading, and I don't read that much, but we got to get into this, okay? Because this is a good one for me. This is what I do to my kids. This is me in a classroom at a high school or a middle school, or even coaching, that I take the time to share my stories with them. Because one of the first things they'll say is, "Hey, Coach, hey, Chuck, hey, whatever," like whatever they like call me, asshole, whatever. Hey, man, can you tell a story? And I got to sit there during the school day, and I got to put the Rolodex on and figure out what story I want to tell. Well, today I'm going to talk this story. Okay, so I'm going to read you something to get you ready for it. And this is something that went in a Foster Focus magazine, an article that I have called "Coming Up in the Golden Age." This is just an introductory. What is a diamond in the rough? We all have a general idea: a rough-shaped rock that is eventually shaped and polished into an item of value. This is the best analogy that I have to offer you for you to see my life. A life beset by many trials and tribulations in the early years. Where I am now is no coincidence to where I have been. Yes, I am a survivor of life. Of cycles that we've talked about: alcoholism, drugs, domestic violence, beatings, suicidal, all of that has been in. So when I tell my story about this rock and this mine and this diamond, I hope you understand, because every single one of you are a rock. Every single one of you have allowed yourself to be so far, or somewhere in that, when you come out, somewhere in that mine, which we'll talk about in a minute, of where you've put yourself. So, yes, and I was in the foster care system. The story I have to share with you is really no different than what many of you may have experienced in your life. You may very well have a full understanding of feelings like hopelessness, despair, and self-doubt secured by your past experiences. A normal child, the layers of rock break away and eventually releasing the diamond that is held within, not mine. Instead of having segments of the rock break away, I felt the need to add more layers. Yeah, more layers onto my rock, my surroundings, my shield. And self-doubt secured by past experience. I was so deep into mine, I got to get rid of this because I don't read. Reading is not talking stories. I have something over here that is a guideline because I actually do this workshop. This is a workshop that I put on when I'm allowed to go into schools or something, and this is what we talk about. So, I'm just going to get into it. I'm going to take you on the journey from the rock to the diamond in the way that I see things. Okay? First of all, the find? The find, to me, was the beginning upon conception of me being conceived by my mother and my father. I was in my mom's womb. It was the beginning of my journey. And an hourglass was given to me, and my path was set in front of me, which most of us already know happens. And so it was already prepared for me. And so when I came out, boom, my life, my existence, where I am, has already been set up. And for me, it was of a survivor. The rock. What is the rock? The rock is you. And the hard layers of surrounding that you put upon yourself, depending on where you at in your life. Depending on how you feel, how you've come out. What is your life like now that you've come out of your mother's womb? What is your life like growing up and learning how to talk or smile or drool or bite on things? What is your life? Because you know what it is. It's a path that you've already been given. It's your journey. And so it's you. And depending on the layers or where you come from, the cycles before you that were put upon you, before that happened, you were just a rock and you protected yourself with layers. And the harder the life, the more difficult life that you had, the harder the survivor that you were, you built a rock around the core, which is you. Okay? The mind. The mind, and I have pictures of PowerPoints where I have a picture of a mind that has the lights going down, and as it goes down, you see no lights and you just see darkness. Well, that's the depths of the mind that you have put yourself, or the layers of rock that you have put around you to protect you, and your defensiveness that you have. For me, I was so deep in that mine, so deep that it was dark and cold, but it was okay because I felt safe there. So that's where I put myself. As I say this and I'm talking these stories, I really hope, because I invited some of you to bring your youth. Anytime I'm talking, I would love for you to bring a friend or bring somebody of a young age, a teenager. And let me talk story to them. Let me reach out to them like I reach out to the kids at the school. All I'm trying to do now is expand and spread the love. That's all I'm trying to do. And so I'm going to continue to talk my stories. Talking story live is like talking story live in life. So I'm going to mess up. I'm going to slur. I might even cuss once in a while. But it's for real. This is my life. This is my rock. And this is my diamond. It's my journey. And all I'm going to do, because, oh yeah, you notice I got a haircut? Yeah, but look, I still got white stuff. I still got wisdom. It's still there, okay? So I can keep telling my stories because I haven't lost it. So we're now from the rock to the mind, okay? So we have been found in the mind. There's somebody that picked us up. They went way down deep and got it. But there was somebody that found it. And I call them the surveyors. The surveyors are the ones that are watching over you as you grow in your life. Whether it be your parents, whether it be your grandparents, aunts and uncles, godparents, teachers, coaches, admin, counselors, best friends, mentors, whatever. People that are watching over you, the surveyors of your life, surveying you because you have something about you that they see, and it happens every day in life, people. People see through you, and they either know that you're a good person or you're a bad person. It's really simple, okay? And so what we have now is we now have the belt, okay? Because the surveyors have checked you out. I'm not gonna like span this out. I have workshops. Hopefully one day somebody might see this and say, "Hey man, we'd like for you to come talk story and talk about this at our school or something, or at the club or Kiwanis or the center or whatever." I would love to, because it doesn't change much. The story is still the same. We just talk a little different story at the time that we're telling it. So the belt is life. The belt is you going through on that journey because they saw something in that mine. They picked you up. They picked that rock up and they stuck it on that belt because they had already surveyed it and they know that you have something good in there. You don't know that you have anything good in there because you are a rock. You have a lot of stuff that's around you, and you're down in the core of that rock, and you're just like hanging out. Okay, cool. They just put me on a belt, the belt of life. So now you're going to go through life. And as you go through life, things are going to happen. Okay, and so now the surveyors have put you on the belt, and you're going through life. Either it's going to be a positive vision, and you're going to be happy, you know, like Halloween, Christmas, Thanksgiving, Easter, even the tooth fairy. Everything is cool. Life is cool. Okay? It's positive. But if it's of a negative, that's where you catch the attitude. That's where you put up the defenses. That's where you put up the rock. I know this because it happened to me. It was me. There was a time in my life, my father looked at me and he says, "Son," he says, "quit being so defensive." And my first word out of my mouth was, "I'm not defensive." Yes, I was. I was. And until I learned, okay, and we're going to catch this in a minute, until I learned how to be different, how to change, then I was going to continue to stay that negative person with an attitude, okay, that talks shit, that talks back, that has no respect for nobody, probably not even themselves because they don't want to change and they don't want to feel those happy feelings. Okay? So I actually have a couple questions and I'm going to give them to you now. I want you to write them down if you can. I'll try and go slow. And you're going to get a piece of paper, and on one side you're going to put the rock, put a line down in. On the other side you're going to put the diamond. And on top of the diamond, you're going to put a plus. And on top of the rock, you're going to put a negative. Okay? So I have some questions, and I want you to check it out when we're doing this, is what makes you feel like that heavy rock? What happens in your life that allows you to feel like that heavy rock? That weighs you down. That keeps you down. That doesn't allow you to spring up and have fun. Because you've defended yourself and you're in that rock and you will not come out because you're afraid to come out because things have happened to you on that belt ride, that life that you had prior to, that's causing you to be defensive. So, the second one is, how do you feel when the weight is really, really too much to carry? How do you feel? Okay? Those are on the rock side. So anything that's on the rock side, I need for you to write down on the rock side, okay, these two questions that I asked. Again, what makes you feel like this heavy rock? And how do you feel when the weight is really too heavy to carry? Now, on the diamond side, with the plus, I want you to ask yourself and answer it. I want you to, when the positive energy is putting a smile on your face, how bright do you shine within yourself? How bright? How do you feel? What's the energy level? You know what I mean? So when on the positive side, the diamond side, when positive energy is putting a smile on your face, because it's positive, it's not negative, it's positive, how bright do you see yourself? How bright do you shine? How valuable are you? Okay? We'll get to that. So I think the last thing, we were on the belt. Okay? And now you're on the belt, and you're still going through life, and the surveyors are checking you out. You might be in middle school. You might be in elementary school. You might be in high school. Remember, I went to 18 elementary schools, 9 junior high schools, and finally went to 1 high school. So which means things started getting better as my life moved down that belt. I still was in that rock. I still was in that, wouldn't let nothing in, because that's how I had to be in my childhood. Okay? But I got adopted, and my mom and my 2 sisters and my family, my Japanese family, that showed me love and showed me a way of happiness and no pain and no beatings. That's where I started to understand. Still was stupid. Still did stupid things. Okay? And if you remember my stories as you talk, you'll remember some of the things that I did in my life to get me at 62 years old. And let me tell you, that belt, which is still moving, that belt has taken me into some warehouses of some shit. But I'm still on that belt. So now comes the chipping. Okay, so you've gone from the fine to the rock and the mine and the surveyors, and now you're being chipped. What is the chipping? What is the chipping to life? Well, the chipping to life to me that I can relate to or try to give to you in a story. I really hope there's kids watching this. I really do. If not, next time. Dealing with everyone telling you what to do, where to go, what to wear, and who you can talk to. Now, teenagers today feel that the number one thing they don't get enough of in their life is respect. Could be true. However, they don't understand that they have to give it to us. Or they have to, what goes around comes around. So hopefully these messages that I'm giving will help them understand that the sooner you start lowering that guard, as soon as you start chipping away, and the chipping is, again, is dealing with everyone telling you what to do. Because they're giving you advice. They're giving you opinions. Well, what I tell my kids to do is, have you ever heard of one in or out the other? Yeah? Okay, good. This is what I learned to do at a young age. Well, when I started getting it. Take one hand and put it over your ear. Okay? So the stuff that's going in is not going in one ear and out the other. It's actually going inside your head, and it's staying in there. Sooner or later, the light's going to light up, and you're going to go, wow. That shit really works. I think I'll put that on my diamond side and keep it because it makes me feel good. Okay? So, again, the chipping is you dealing and the everyday of people bugging you, just bugging the shit out of you, and you don't feel that you have nowhere to go. Because everywhere you go, somebody's chipping. Everywhere you go, somebody's chipping. Somebody's chipping. Okay? Or they're tripping, chipping, however you like to put it. Okay? So, now what happens is you're going to start getting grinded because they're chipping away some of the stuff and they see something. And the more they chip, the more valuable of something they see inside there. The more value that they want to get to it. You want to keep putting the defense up, but they want to keep getting to it. So they keep on you every single day and they tell you this and tell you that. And you're like, I do my own shit, man. I do whatever I want to do. Well, that's today's young children. That's our students. That's our young adults of today. That's how they feel. And it's okay. Because that's the way they are. We were the way that we were when we were kids. They are the way that they are now. Okay? And if we as the elders, or the tutus, or the mentors, or the coaches, or whatever, and we have this wisdom about us, we should be helping them. We should be chipping on them. Matter of fact, this is where it goes. Grinding, okay? You find out that you're not getting down to where you need to be because there's still a lot of layers. And so what do you do now? You break out that grinder and you're grinding those layers of hard rock off of that diamond to get in there because you know there's one in there. So the grinding is those that truly care about you. And they're the ones that press you the hardest. They're the ones that are on you every day and they're grinding. They're giving you shit and you're like pissed off. Well, if you're pissed off, then the grinding is working. And sooner or later, when the grinding now stops, okay, because they're actually getting down to that layer, that diamond, that rock, the value, and they're giving you wisdom and knowledge along the way. They're giving you wisdom and knowledge. You don't have to listen. But remember, Me.INC.NOW is about cycles of life that have been put upon us by the generation before us. And we have to understand that those rocks or those layers or those cycles that put upon us from the very beginning when we were found, when we were in mom's womb, okay? Those are the ones that we have to learn how to break so we can come out and become valuable. And this is the best story that I can give you as a wise old man. And I've been saying this for a long time, and I'm keeping my promise at 3 years old, and you all know that I gave a promise to God to allow me to get old, and I'll make it right. I'm making it right today. I'm making it right every time I come on this live now, because that's what I want to do. And if he takes me away tonight, if I don't wake up tomorrow, then I've kept my promise. Okay? So now the grinding, and you're dealing with it, and you're getting this wisdom and knowledge, okay? And now they've gotten to all the layers are gone. They've grinded, they've chipped, they got it, and they're down to where they know that there's something that caused them to do what they did, because now they get to polish you. Okay? So you've gone from the fine, the rock, the mine, the belt, the surveyors, the chipping, the grinding, the polishing. You are starting to use the things or understand the wisdom that have been given to you that you let go in there, and it's been going, and all of a sudden the light lights up and it's like, this is cool shit. I think I'll do this more often. Why? Because it's on the diamond side of your piece of paper and it makes you feel good. It's positive. Okay? Walls are negative. Shining value is positive. So you start learning the lessons, you start using them, and you start feeling good about yourself, and you want to keep going. So every day you have to continue to polish, because listen to me very carefully. Shit happens every day. Even at 62, shit happens every day. You're not going to get away from it. You're not. However, bullshit, and this is what we're talking about right now, bullshit is heavy, it stinks, and it should be nowhere in your life, and you need to get rid of it. Like yesterday or a couple days ago was catch and release. Yeah, if you're out there with boyfriends and girlfriends and you're not getting along and you keep fighting, release them and go back to the pond and fish again. Okay? So now we've gone through everything, the polishing. You understand because you're bright now. You're starting to become valuable. And all along, there was something in there. People saw you. And as you started going through that process of the journey on that belt of life, you started lowering. They started helping you by polishing and grinding and chipping. And now you're there. And now you have credibility. People respect you because you walk around. And the value that you have is priceless. There's no money into that. There's no money being positive in life and loving each other. There's no money that can pay for your happiness. You know, oh, I get a new car. Hey, I got a Tesla. You know what? I got to go to Europe, and we spent 4 weeks in Europe, and we stayed at all the most fancy. No. I come from the ghetto. I come from where the rocks really hang out. And the ghetto people are the ones that if they truly, now I'm talking to my street people. I don't care where you come from. I don't care what mine they found you in. If somebody found you in that mine and they surveyed you and they feel that you're a good person and they put you on that belt of life, stay on it. Stay on it. Because eventually, you're going to feel the good feelings. You're going to feel the love. You're going to feel what it means to be respected. Because you're going to carry yourself a different way. You're going to speak a different way. And now the question is, when you've learned how to become a diamond, There's all kinds of diamonds. I mean, there's very, very, very valuable diamonds. Me, I just want to shine. I just want to have some credibility. I want to have some value about me that people like that because they think I'm credible and I have some value. That's all I want in life. That's all I've ever wanted in life. Okay? Because those mucky mucks that have not gone through this process because they went right from the find or the rock or the mine, and they got put right on the table and they were spoon fed. I'm talking to the brothers and the sisters that are in poverty, that are homeless, that bounce around from hotel to hotel like I did, that are on welfare. You have a choice. Me.INC.NOW, me expressing I need change now can help. Because now that I got you, and I think I got a few, because I'm getting more people like hearts and stuff that I haven't had in the 5 videos before this one, which means I think I'm touching somebody. Okay? And that's priceless to me. That's the value. That's who I am. It makes me feel good. Look, my forehead's starting to glow a little bit. Hey, Mike Willie. What's up, man? Mike Willie will tell you straight up, I saw something in him. I love you, man. You know I do. I went all the way and became a security guard at the 49ers stadium, and it was out there on the field when he was there, and he didn't know it. Why? Because I have credibility, I have some value, and I was able to get on that field and surprise a young man that I told him when he was in the 9th grade, take care of your business. Take care of your business and you will be successful. I got to see that young man play pro football. I got to see that young man that I helped mentor a little bit. I got to see that man. He's now helping out in Compton. He's all down in the Southern California area, and he's running for council, and he's doing stuff. He's giving back. Mike, I love you, man. Okay? You know that. Give back to where you come from. Understand where you come from. I come from the ghetto. I come from the streets. And if I can be who I am today at 62 years old, I have 2 retirements and I have Social Security at 62. I ain't rich, but I'm comfortable. I can live on Spam and rice, Vienna sausage and rice, hot dogs and rice. Okay? Yeah, and I love you too, Mike. And remember, whatever goes around comes around. And if I give it to you, you got to give it to someone else, because that's the droplet into that pond of life, and it expands out, the ripple effect that some people have been talking about lately. Yeah, it's that ripple effect. Mike, you were in that ripple effect because we dropped some whammy on you and my niece. Okay? I love you all. Cinnamon, I see you. I'm going to get used to looking at the screen, and Robin, and I'm going to get used to this screen. Okay? Reggie was here for a little bit. Reggie's a really good, strong mentor that works at the high school, and he coaches also. I have a lot of respect for him. We have our differences, but I have a lot of respect for him. Okay? He's one of those ones that are helping individuals chip and grind and get down to that diamond. Okay? So this was it. Okay? Something, when I do these things, if something hits me and I want to tell a story, if I like talk story, then I'm going to talk story, and I'll let you know in the morning that I'm going to be on at a certain time, and I ask that you do what you're doing now. Bring a friend. Bring a young individual. Bring a youth. Bring a teenager, 12 years old, 13 years old, 14 years old, high school kid. Bring them and let them listen to what I have to say. If you truly believe that what I'm saying is good, bring them, sit them down and let them listen to me. And I will help educate them, because I'm a tutu. And because I'm a tutu, which means I have a right and I should be respected and be listened to. You don't have to do it. And if you don't do it, then that means you're not listening. And if you're not listening, then you're going to be on that rock side, and you're going to be negative, and your life is going to be shitty because you're still in that frickin' mind and you don't want to come out. So, I'm grateful. I'm thankful. I'm blessed every single day. And all I'm doing is keeping a promise that I made at 3 years old when I asked him to let me get old. I don't have a choice, because every day I wake up, he allows me to be the person that he has allowed me to be, and the life that he's allowed me to be, and where I go on that journey, only he knows. And every day he lets me wake up, I'm ready for another story, because I have plenty of them. Hey, Richard Pruscio, my brother, man. Look, me and Joe, man, every single day I think about him, because I do the things that I do, because I work around the kids like my brother Joe did, God bless his soul. He showed me things. He was a chipper. Joe Peruccio, Carl Cohen, Coach Scarface, Coach Meade, all these guys. I lettered in 5 sports in high school. Sports kept me, those coaches kept me going. So for all of you that have been in my life, that I've shared some time with, I pray that now you truly know, because some of you don't know where I came from, know, and you bring a friend, or you say something about Me.INC.NOW. I'm asking you, go on Me.INC.NOW, just go small cap Me.INC.NOW all the way around, because I'm learning how to do things. Because remember, 18 elementary schools, I really don't know how to do shit. I'm trying. And modern technology sucks. But Me.INC.NOW, Me Expressing I Need Change Now, has a website. Or you can go on Facebook, or you can go on LinkedIn. You can learn about what I've been doing in my life. And I would love nothing more. Yeah, I love you too, Richard. You know that, brother. Class of 74, baby. So if at any time I am on, and you know I'm on, or share this video with somebody else, let somebody see this, because I think it has value. If I thought it was full of shit, I wouldn't say it. I wouldn't do it. But I truly understand that my journey from that rock so deep in the depths of the mind that no light was let in, and I was comfortable with that once I was shed and I became of value, life is sweet. Life is good, and God is good every single day. Every single day. And I'm blessed to have him in my life. Like we say on the islands, a hui ho kako. Until we meet again, let me straighten my eye out here a little bit. Until we meet again, God bless you. Have a great day.